Welcome back to 5 Out Podcast. I'm your host, Giuseppe. On my left side is Nick. On my right side isn't Cameron today. Unfortunately, Cameron couldn't make it today. Had some stuff going on. So we brought in our special guest, Luke Yanako. And before we start this episode, everyone knows that we are from Monsignor Farrell. And I just want to give a shout out to a good friend of mine, Joey Picks, and his podcast on this channel, Beyond the Box Score, Baseball Lovers Podcast. So any of our baseball diehard fans, casual fans of baseball, tune into Beyond the Box Score. I know Joey for this whole year, and I know he has some good knowledge, and, shout out them. They've obviously, I produced for them a little calm. I produced their first 2 episodes, so be on the lookout for them. And their new episode just came out. But this episode, I'm excited.
You're hype?
I'm hype. Luke,
I'm hype.
how does it feel? Be on 5 Out. You're the cameraman for quite some time.
Yeah, I got the call from you, and can you make the pod? And it's just absolutely an honor to be here. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
Sitting at the desk, you guys, it's an electric feeling. Got goosebumps. So just
Yeah, it's great. It's great. Nick, how we feeling? How we feeling?
I'm ready. I'm
Yeah. So
good.
our segments today
Ready to cut
is.
you off. You're gonna take that from him?
No, he said I'm ready, and then I said
I'm ready.
he was saying something,
I'm ready for this game.
Can you not talk to boss like that?
My fault.
I think the
Hostile
boss
work
needs to,
environment
watch
over
how
here.
he speaks, though. So.
But without further ado, let's introduce the segments today. Today we have we're going to be talking about superhero movies and the decline in quality. Then Luke, as our special guest, so
That's
I'll give
last,
him,
though, right?
we're going to do it
You do-
first.
Okay.
And then we have Luke, our special guest today. He's going to be showing his takes that he had accumulated. I think you have 5 or 6,
Yeah.
or whatever, however much you have. And then we have our big debate today. Top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL currently, so
I
going
can see
into
how
the
this
next
is going,
season.
bro.
And me and Nick were discussing this like Wednesday, and we're like, we got to shoot 2 episodes this week. We got to get this going because we got into it. We got into it. At lunch.
We don't agree.
We definitely don't.
Oh,
Right,
you know
we did not
what?
agree.
It's a good idea. You know how certain shows will have previously on 5 Out the whole 30 seconds of you two just arguing from last episode.
Yeah, we also had a
The
major
Julian Edelman.
a major disagreement about last episode. Is Julian Edelman not?
The episode's out now.
It's out now. It just came out. Well,
Go check
As
out
of
that.
by the time this is as of recording, it just came out. But Nick was talking
It's a whole 5-minute crazy heated argument.
talking some trash about Julian Edelman.
Didn't talk any trash. Just wasn't that good of a wide
No,
receiver.
you said he was below average, and I think
Below
that's
average.
I think
Below
that's
average.
crazy.
I don't agree with that.
I feel I'm not saying he's a Hall of Famer,
Not
but
below
I feel
average,
like he's
he's an
average.
average wide
No, you said below average.
I didn't say below
I
average.
say
yes,
he's
yep.
above
I
average.
said he had a mid-career. He had a mid-career.
I say he's
Yeah,
above
but the
average.
way we
He's not
use
above average.
the way we use mid right now, you make it seem like he was bad. Like you make it seem like he
7,000
was
yards
juju.
and 36 touchdowns. That's an above-average wide receiver.
I mean, what about his playoff performances, bro?
No All-Pros. Oh,
What about his
playoff-
Super Bowl performances
All right,
when it
he's-
mattered the most? Like, come
He
on.
played with Tom Brady. He's literally.
He was the right man for the job for the greatest quarterback of all. I can't. I can't.
We can't get into
I
it
can't
right
with
now.
you. I can't. I just can't. But Pat, what's wrong with these superhero movies, man?
Well, the problem with them is both Marvel and DC, they've been bad for some time now. But that isn't exactly what I wanted to talk about. There's a positive future for them. So we'll start with DC. I mean, James Gunn, who made all 3 Guardians of the Galaxy movies, some of the best Marvel movies ever made, has taken over the DCU, and he's already started production on, I believe, multiple movies, but Superman is supposed to come out sometime this year. I think there was a Super Bowl trailer for that.
I'll touch whatever I want.
Yeah, I think I remember that. Seeing that.
But he's like a great writer, so he's supposed to he's gonna bring the DCU to something it's never been. It's never been the greatest. They've never made the greatest movies. Like Marvel has always been in leagues above them.
Yeah.
But I mean, as of recently, they're on the same level. So I mean, he's supposed to make them way better. And Marvel, I haven't been hearing anything bad about this new Captain America movie that's come out. It seems like they're rebooting everything. Like, because back in I think around 2009, they started up the whole
the
cinematic
MCU.
universe with
Iron Man 1 and
Iron Man, Captain America, and then that became the Avengers, and then Avengers Endgame.
Yeah.
So I think they might actually be redoing all of that, making a new generation of it with
Yeah.
Captain America. Soon we might be seeing a new Iron Man, a new I don't even know, I don't know, but that it could be bad, but it also could be good. I don't know, if fresh ideas and stuff.
So, like what you're saying, basically a DC rebuild, and then Marvel's.
Both of them
Well,
are
A
rebuilding.
rebuild.
Marvel is
Put
rebuilding
in
too.
sports terms for me.
Because Marvel, late 2010s, early 20 after Endgame,
After Endgame,
they fell
well,
off. Not like necessarily.
They have good movies here and there.
Yeah.
Like Thor, Love and Thunder.
But it wasn't
Guardians
like
of the Galaxy
consistent
3.
like they were
No,
in
it was,
with the MCU.
it's more consistently bad than good.
Yeah. But no, I mean, I've never really watched DC unless I watched Batman Superman the first when it came out I don't know, but I remember watching it. I mean,
Great movies.
all right, bro.
This kid's just putting
Yeah,
in his 2 cents. I don't
I-
know what you're
Hostile
from.
work environment.
Hostile work
Nah,
environment.
like I told everyone.
Special guest
I
on the
told
pod,
everyone
though.
before I got here.
Microaggressions
Like,
on 5
No,
out.
I mean you're just putting out there, you know.
no,
I'm gonna say.
I apologize.
When I'm at the
bro.
5 out podcast recording and my boss is committing microaggression.
All right, bro.
There
All
we
right,
go.
bro. But no, I
What's
told
a
everyone.
microaggression?
It's
I
like
don't even know.
it's what I
This
just.
kid just said stuff.
So like what I told them before I got here.
You're a
I'm
bad guy.
not. I'm no filter today. So me.
Did you say this to us?
Yeah, I said like I'm
no,
not.
He yelled at me.
Yeah.
Nah, I didn't yell at you, bro.
No.
Yeah, cut
He
that
struck
out.
I was
him.
scared.
Yeah, cut that out.
Yeah.
Nah, but
We're overthrowing you at some point
Nick.
before the end of the year.
what do you feel about this Marvel rebuild?
Honestly, I'm not a big Marvel fan, but I have talked to a couple people about the Captain America movie. They said it was okay. They said it wasn't really that good, but
The
they
new
said-
one?
Yeah, the new one.
Yeah,
I'm still excited. I'm gonna go see it tomorrow.
Yeah, they said it wasn't bad. They said it's worth going seeing, but they said they wouldn't watch it again.
I
They said it
mean-
was just
Yeah, I don't know.
cinema. It's just a cinematic.
I mean,
experience.
most Marvel movies I wouldn't watch again. I watched.
I
them
feel like
once.
those are ones you watch like once.
Yeah, most of them. Some of them I have
think
watched multiple times.
I only really like Guardians of the Galaxy. That's
Great
really
soundtrack.
Great soundtrack.
Yeah,
very
all
good.
three.
Yeah,
We're back. Me and Luke
now
are
you wanna
back
give
on
me a-
track.
now you
wanna fist
Me
bump
and
this
Luke are
kid?
back on track. Me and Luke are officially back on
Which
track.
one has the best?
Mood swings.
I don't
No,
know.
him.
What do you think?
2.
Yeah.
Had the best soundtrack.
Well,
I
the
think
the
definitely
first
too.
one when he like gets off his ship and he's like skipping through the puddles and everything. That was a great one.
I like 3.
You like 3?
I can't think off the top of my head like what songs are in each one, but
All right.
I'll make noises. Bro.
Let's cut to. Is that everyone's
You
2
didn't ask
cents?
me. You didn't
Luke, I thought I did. How do you feel about this? Marvel
yeah,
rebuild?
Marvel. I always love
This
Marvel.
guy's the best.
A bit more.
Yo, you were just hating like 2 seconds.
Bipolar boss.
I
Bro.
always love Marvel a bit more than DC, and like you said, there's just some Marvel movies that I don't want to see, like I don't know, the Shanghai Legend.
Yeah,
Terrorist.
that was
I'm
pretty.
not
That
seeing
was crazy.
I don't really count that in the MCU, but anyway, yeah, it's gonna be cool to see this rebuild. Definitely gonna weird to not see Cap in the
That's
Captain
true.
America, but
It's gonna be weird not
new
to see any
beginnings,
of them.
That's
So,
true.
That's my 2 cents.
Speaking of like the early 2020s for Marvel, like what was the movie they had where it was like basically like the dream team, like they were,
Spider-Man: No Way Home.
No. It was a Marvel
that was
movie.
a good movie.
That was
That was a
That's
great
my-
movie.
It's my favorite Marvel movie.
But like
and I've only watched like.
it was the one where it was like they were like 10, like they were basically like immortal people that like lived through the whole. They watched the whole universe and they couldn't.
Wasn't there a
Infinity
movie
War?
called Immortals?
Immortals, yeah,
The Immortals
the
or
Immortals, yeah. I thought that was like, I didn't like it that
There's
much.
so many of them you could.
Oh, that was a new one, right?
It came out like 2021, 2020.
something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
It was
remember-
the same
remember
year
that
that
coming out.
movie, the Ten Rings, came out.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I didn't like it.
I don't like
I didn't like it. But definitely not. But it's going to be hard to Marvel to get back at its peak that it was, and
I
really,
don't know if it'll get back to that.
no, definitely, it's fair. It's
I
going to
mean,
be
I
I
very
think
hard.
they could build a new one.
The only
They'll
chance
build
they-
a new one,
The only
but
chance they had was with like Spider-Man. I feel like that. Those are the newest, like of that time.
yeah. So, but like, I feel like DC's never been on.
No, they
In the
haven't
movie
really.
world.
I feel like Christian Bale, Batman, was their highest.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But like, but they've never been like,
Right, Justice League. Wait. Yeah.
yeah.
Not a big
Right,
Justice League guy.
Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad. Like they've never really gotten this like obviously they're mainstream, but they're not really like Marvel, and I don't think they'll ever be like Marvel.
Yeah.
So, all best of lucks to James Gunn, but
I think he might be able to do something really good with DC.
only time will tell. He might chat GPT the whole thing.
I don't think directors are
I don't think
ChatGPT.
they're allowed to do that.
But let's cut to the sports. Luke,
All right.
what are your takes? Because I know you told me you got
Let's
some
get right
takes.
into
to
this.
fire.
Yeah, I prepared some takes for this. I talked to a couple of my friends. Told them, hey, I'm going on the big 5-out pod. Is there anything you want me to say for you? So this one's coming straight from Dean Joseph Murphy.
Okay.
Big
Farrell
friend of mine.
Full name.
Farrell basketball.
Yeah. He said that he thinks Victor Wembanyama will win 2 MVPs in the next 5 years if he stays healthy.
That's a big if. Because he just got a major injury
Right.
that's detrimental. It ended Chris Bosh's career. It turned Brandon Ingram into this exciting rookie to this average.
Mhm.
player, like an average, just another guy. So Wemby winning too, and that also depends on the Spurs because really Wemby,
Spurs have a bright future.
they have a bright future, but again, they have a
Yeah.
bright future, but a future isn't always guaranteed.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that's if the Spurs stay good, and they just lost Greg. Greg Popovich is very unlikely to
Right.
return for the future of the Spurs, which is going to be detrimental. It's going to be hard to fit his shoes. But the guy that the interim that they hired, he's been doing well. But Wemby's a big if. That's a big if. And an MVP is definitely achievable for Wembanyama. I mean, he's one of our, probably the best draft pick of the 2020 of the 2020s because I think he was the 2021. He was not. He was like 2 years. This is his second year. But no, definitely 2 MVPs. But it's tough. Like the Spurs would have to go on a great run. Like they couldn't just be this bottom feeder team. Wemby would have to get a lot of win shares. He'd have to really step up his game. But that's definitely achievable. But Nick, Wemby winning 2 MVPs.
Yeah, it's just like you said, Pep. He just got that injury. It's really just a big if with Wemby right now because, like Pep said, this has happened to other players, and it's just derailed their entire career. If he bounces back from this injury, if he bounces back from the injury and the Spurs start to pick up the pace, yeah, I can see him winning a couple MVPs. But you're not going to win the MVP on a losing team, in my opinion.
They really don't vote for people like that. But Wemby's having a great year. I mean, he played only had to play 46 games. He's averaging 24, 3 assists, and 24 points, 3 assists, 11 rebounds, and that's all. I mean, he snubbed for Defensive Player of the Year in my opinion. He's just a great guy. I mean, hopefully he could be the new face of the league, which would be great for the NBA. But again, that injury's huge.
Yeah.
Maybe the farthest I'll see him go, 2 MVPs,
Wait,
definitely.
Pep, you said he's a defensive player. Is that's what you said? He could be the face of the league. Is that like they have I mean, I don't really follow the NBA. I know, like in the NFL, a lot of the offensive guys are like the faces of the league.
Yeah, well, really, it's different for the NBA because
It's back and forth.
it's back and forth.
yeah.
There's no like the NFL has linebackers and wide receivers. Two different. They play.
I think of like the faces of the NBA. I think of I honestly don't know. I guess they might be defensive
LeBron?
guys, like LeBron and Michael Jordan.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
offensive guys, right? Like
They're both
And,
because
like,
they're so.
Stephen Curry.
Those are the two great, literally 1 and 2 of the greatest. I mean, LeBron number 1, but those are the 2 greatest players of all time. But they play great defense. I mean, but usually like the winner of the. Do you guys know who won the Defensive Player of the Year last year?
Not off the top of my head.
Yeah, man.
Rudy Gobert won, and in no way is he the face of the league.
I don't know who that is.
That's just
Rudy Gobert.
That's scary.
Not a big fan.
Not a big NBA guy. You know this. Just getting into the NBA. Right
That's
now.
true. That's true. But no, Rudy Gobert. He really to be the face of the league. It's really about offense because
Yeah.
And that's also
no matter defense isn't as cool to watch. Like a lot of how many defensive guys have won the MVP in the NFL?
Lawrence Taylor won it. I'm pretty sure it was just him.
But that's all. It's also a completely different MVP voting in game. But NBA players, the face of the league, the guys that score, like Steph Curry, a great serviceable defender, but people only know him because he has deep range. He's a great shooter.
Right.
But Luke.
All right, next one, I'm jumping over to the NFL for this one, and we just heard that Travis Kelce will be coming back for maybe what is his final season with the Kansas City Chiefs and in his career, but I think that Travis Kelce is going to come back this year, and he's not going to be the best tight end on the Chiefs. There's a guy coming through the roots. His name is Noah Gray, and I think that
Noah
he.
Gray.
You know Noah Gray?
No, Noah Gray, yeah.
I think he's going to be the best tight end on the Chiefs. This might be his breakout role, and he can learn a thing or two from Trav.
Well, that's definitely definite. Travis Kelce's 36 now.
I believe
old.
so.
Yeah.
NFL players don't last that long. That's definitely not
Especially
a
as a tight end.
great. Yeah, especially as a tight end. NFL players, it's not that crazy of a thing to say. So that's a respectable take.
All right, and this one, Matthew Stafford goes to the Giants in return for the draft pick. No,
They just came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
really?
He's staying in LA.
Yeah.
Yep. Our executive producer, Mr. Kennedy.
Wow.
Sean McVay.
That would have been. I feel like
He's
that
been
would've
saying, Sean McVay's been saying we want to keep Stafford in LA, and the Giants were saying we're not trading away the 3rd overall pick.
I'm not criticizing. I'm just letting you know.
No,
Yeah.
I'm glad
Since
because
you started recording, the news came out. Basically.
Yeah.
okay.
All right. Anything
good.
else, Luke?
And I have one about the Knicks, but I don't know if I should
Say it.
voice that. So the Knicks.
He knows. He knows what's coming.
Very
Now
hostile.
we're back to hating.
We're back to hating.
Nick, I hope you'll have my back throughout.
I'll
this.
have your back.
The Knicks prove that there is a difference between the 1, 2, and 3 seed.
Oh yeah, they did.
Yeah.
But the season, I wouldn't call the season over. I mean, it's only we're in what, February?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we're starting to drop these games in April and March, not
The-
even that.
The date's right there on your computer pad, just so you know.
All right, bro.
Just to give you a little heads up.
I'll remember that come mid debate. I'll remember that.
Yeah,
But no,
come mid-debate.
they definitely did prove that. Are you saying the Knicks are fraudulent?
Possibly.
I mean,
Don't play very good against good teams.
Raptors fan coming in. All right, bro.
Right?
I mean,
Not
yeah,
saying anything
yeah.
about the
Factually,
Raptors
you're
now.
right. But why is everyone forgetting what we did against the Rockets? Why is everyone forgetting what we did against the Grizzlies? Those are top teams, are they not? We lost to teams that have a combined loss of like 20, and we're in March. So I wouldn't say the season's over.
Not saying the season's
Those
over.
those are not. I wouldn't say super teams, but you think anyone could guard Shea and Chet at the same time in the same court?
No, you're not wrong.
So I wouldn't say this. Wouldn't say we're fraudulent. Maybe if we have another second round or first round exit, maybe all right, I'll put in the fraudulent towel. But
Second round exit. That's,
we're in March. I mean, I'm aiming for the conference finals, but in order to get there, we have to play the Celtics or the Cavs. Is that true? We'll most likely have to play one of them. So obviously, it's a little scary. But if we lose, all right, if we lose in the first round, and if we don't make it to the conference finals, I'll call the season a failure because that was my goal for the Knicks to go because we should have beat Indy. But now,
Yeah, you
now we're
definitely
stronger.
beat Indy, yeah.
But now if we have Mitchell Robinson, I could see 'cause that's what we needed. We needed to guard the hoop. We can't guard the perimeter that well, and we need our big in Mitchell Robinson. So maybe if we get him back, but no, I really don't agree with that. But anything else?
No, that's it for my takes. Thank you for.
But now to the main part of the episode, NFL top 10 quarterbacks currently going into next season. Nick, I want you to start.
You want me to start? Okay.
'Cause
All right.
It's right there for you, bro.
let's go.
Just so you know, Eagles fans, if
go,
you're
let's go.
if any Eagles fans are watching the
I think we
podcast
should
right
just-
now,
Nick is a self-titled ball knower, so
I think we should just give a warning for all the fans if any arguments are to come.
let's go. Come on.
all right.
Just do 10.
Let's
you don't have
start.
to do 15. Or you could do 15 too.
Top
Just do
50.
10, just
yeah,
do 10.
I'm just gonna do 10. Number one, Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
He's still the best quarterback in the league. So if you're gonna overreact after the Super Bowl, saying, "Oh, the Chiefs dynasty is over," "Oh, he didn't play good," "He didn't play good,"
Who overreacted like that?
It's
someone
not
sitting
an
next to me,
overreaction. I
anyone
mean,
we
all
know.
the players are aging, so it's the NFL. It's
But
not like the NBA
it's
players
possible.
age; their bodies get soft. I mean, just facts, bro.
But Patrick Mahomes,
Yeah, bro.
he's still one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. He's
I'll never
he's
be
still,
number one.
He'll never be the number one. You're not lying about that. But he's still at his prime, and he's still the best quarterback in the league.
Okay.
All right.
That's I had the same one.
Number two, Josh Allen. I feel like 1 and 2 are just
Yeah,
cemented.
those are definite. I
Yeah.
have that. I'm sure Luke has that too.
Josh Allen, he's amazing on the physical aspect. Big guy. He could throw the ball. He uplifts his team. Take Josh Allen out of the Bills. The Bills are going 5-12. Who do they have on that team that are actually going to get him over that hump? Nobody.
That's
They
true.
don't have the best receivers. Their defense is okay, but you need a quarterback. You saw Mitch Trubisky started the last season against the New England Patriots, and he couldn't do anything.
That's true.
Number three, Lamar Jackson.
Okay, that's respectable.
Lamar's a great athlete, and I know Pep wants to say, "Oh, he's a quarterback. He's not a running back," but
I
he
would
still
never
can
say that.
Oh, you said that out lunch,
Nah, I said something completely different.
but he can still throw the ball. Like many people out of college want him to switch to running back. He can throw the ball. He's thrown, I'm pretty sure, 44 touchdowns this season to
That's
around
true.
like 7 interceptions, which an amazing stat line. Sure, he kind of chokes in the big game, which has
That's
been
true.
happening for almost his entire career. But I still think he can bounce back with this Ravens team. And honestly, this season, I don't think he choked in the big game. It was really
really his teammate. It was actually
really
Mark
his
Mark
team.
Andrews.
It was really Mark
who technically
Andrews.
choked, but still, you
Still,
can't blame.
You can't blame
There
him.
was probably you can't just blame it all on one guy. So
No,
Keep
it's
going,
all
Nick.
it's a team effort. Number 4, Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow, even with this 9-8 record, they what?
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay, you go.
No, I'm muted.
Oh, you're muted. Oh, I mean,
Muted.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. I'm
that
good.
is my bad. Luke was trying to take a drink, and I did not know who was who.
All right. Like I said, Joe Burrow. They've gone 9-8 for the past 2 seasons, but Joe Burrow, he had an MVP year. If the Bengals made it to the divisional round of this season, Joe Burrow would have won the MVP. He almost threw for 5,000 yards. He almost threw for 5,000 yards. He has amazing arm talent. He's super duper accurate. He can run when he has to. You've seen Joe Burrow running on the field. He can run when he has to. He's a good athlete, and he really uplifts his team. It's really just his Bengals defense that's killing them, that's shooting them in the foot right now. If you add some pieces to this Bengals defense, they're legitimate Super Bowl contenders. But
Keep going.
now, at number 5, this is where things get iffy.
It does get very iffy for me.
For Giuseppe Gonzalez.
I start to get like high blood pressure.
Did you know?
The best quarterback in the NFC at number 5, Jaden Daniels from the Washington Commanders. Yeah, you're gonna laugh at me right now.
That is disgusting.
How is that disgusting?
That is disgusting. At 5? All right.
At 5,
You
yeah.
put a rookie at 5. All right.
Yeah, I'll put a rookie at 5.
I want to wait for
after
my
what
list.
Jaden Daniels did.
What do you got? 4th place? Lost in the conference finals.
He lost to the best team in the league. He didn't look. I know you're gonna
Super
say,
Bowl
he
champs.
lost.
He still lost.
To the Super Bowl champs.
To the Super
To
Bowl
the Super Bowl
champs.
champions. Yeah, he still lost.
With a team like the Commanders,
They
even
got
getting to
blown
the
out
end-
by 20.
All right, I'm not listening.
Who thought the Commanders were going to get that far?
With that team that they have, 28th ranked defense in the league. They don't
All right,
have
all
a
right.
good
He's
offensive line.
He's a diamond in the rough at Washington. For
Yeah.
me, he's 6. I mean, just keep going with your defend
He's one off from where he is on your list. Why is that so much?
because the player he has him above. Just keep going.
All right.
Number 6. It's not your time yet, Eagles fans. Baker Mayfield at number 6. Pep's gonna laugh at me right here, right now. I'll tell you why, Baker Mayfield. Yeah, look at Mr. Kennedy because you know I'm
You can't
right.
just let this keep going.
Baker Mayfield, he was top 5 in every single quarterback stat this year. Passing
And
touchdowns.
interceptions too.
You're acting
He's
like
a gunslinger, and he lost in the first round to the 28th worst.
this
the
kid doesn't
worst
let me
defense.
speak. This kid doesn't let me speak.
Keep talking, bro. Keep going.
Baker
Keep going,
Mayfield,
bro.
he is your average gunslinger. You're acting like he was Jameis Winston in his 30-30 season.
What's wrong with
He-
Jameis Winston?
He threw 33 touchdowns to 30.
Yeah, I like
But-
this guess we have.
Baker Mayfield had so much of a better season than that. Baker Mayfield, I'm pretty sure, threw for 40 touchdowns, and then he threw 16 interceptions. You want to know why he threw those interceptions? Because he had no receivers almost the entire year. Mike Evans,
And
Chris
Chris, yeah,
Godwin.
they were injured.
They were injured this season. There wasn't much that he could do. He was trying to uplift his team. Like, he's a great teammate. You see him, Bucky Irving, he breaks off on this big run against the Giants. He runs down the field and he lead blocks for Bucky Irving. As a quarterback, you'll see, I'm saying this right now, Joe Burrow, 4th best quarterback in the league, he wouldn't do that. He wouldn't run down the field and try and help his teammate. He would not do that.
Okay.
But Baker Mayfield, he had amazing stats this year. Perhaps going to say, oh, he had 16 interceptions. He had 16 interceptions. He didn't have much help this season.
So wait, can I ask a question?
ask a question.
Is interceptions a QB stat or a wide receiver stat?
It's QB stat.
Oh, so he's the. So why are you saying that? Because he had 16 interceptions, he had no help. That just doesn't make sense. So I'm a little
Wide
confused. I'm a little
receivers
lost there.
play into
I'm
that.
a little lost there.
You look-
oh, so
you
but
look-
is interceptions a QB stat or a wide receiver stat?
You can't just go off stats. You're a stat head.
Oh,
The
just
stats
all right,
don't
so
tell
yeah,
the whole
if I throw
story.
50 interceptions in the year, I can still win MVP.
Oh, yeah,
That's just
50 interceptions.
60. He
I
led the
didn't say
league in
he was-
interceptions. It's
He
not like
threw
he's 50.
16.
He led
You're
the
acting like he
league.
threw 40.
He was first place in interceptions. He was first place in interceptions, bro.
Okay, you're acting like he threw 40 interceptions. The guy threw
16 is a lot.
16.
He threw 3
Oh, yeah,
against the
16.
Saints. He threw 3 against the Saints.
And they
the
still
New Orleans
won that
Saints.
game by 30.
He had a bad performance.
Okay, and they still won that game.
3 interceptions against
Jared
the
Goff,
New Orleans Saints.
Jared Goff, he's in your top 10.
yeah.
Jared Goff threw 5 interceptions in one game.
He's not that high in my top 10. He's in my top 10.
Threw 5 interceptions in one game.
Okay.
Okay,
Against who?
against the Houston Texans.
It's a good defense.
I don't care. You look at the interceptions he threw that game.
The New Orleans Saints is the greatest defense of all time. I'm
Around that time,
Stop
he
you
had
right there.
injured
I'm gonna
receivers.
stop you right there.
So is answer me, is interceptions
you
a
asked
wide
one
receiver
Three
stat?
times.
No, because
you got an answer like 3 times.
so why are you blaming his wide receivers?
Because if his wide receivers can't get open, if his wide receivers can't
He
get
just
separation,
gets to throw it to the cornerback.
he's trying to take shots. That's a whole thing of what a
But-
gunslinger is.
But is you How are you defending his interceptions? His interceptions are quarterback stat or
I'm
wide
not
receiver
defending
stat?
his interceptions. He threw 16.
So why are you blaming
That's
his
a
wide
hefty
receiver
amount.
stats? Why are you blaming his wide receivers?
I'm going off my top 10. We can talk about this later.
Get a load of this guy.
Number 7, Pep, you finally get what you want, Jalen Hurts.
At 7. Wow.
Jalen Hurts
so
at 7.
All right, keep going. Explain.
Jalen Hurts didn't even throw for 3,000 yards this season. 3,000 yards. I'm just going to leave that at that. Number 8, Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert was in my top 5 before this season. Justin Herbert hasn't done much I'm sorry, I'm still a little bit heated from this kid. But
He did well. Okay. All right.
Justin Herbert didn't do much this season. Granted, the Chargers went 11-6 and they made the playoffs, but they couldn't do anything in that game. They didn't win that game. They didn't win that game. They didn't even have a chance. It was over before it started. When Justin Herbert finally does something in the playoffs, he'll be higher up on my list. But right now, he's just a what if. He's still a very good quarterback, though.
That's true.
Number 9, C.J. Stroud. The last season, C.J. Stroud was at like 6. Guy was amazing. He had a sophomore slump this season. He threw, I think, more than double his interceptions than last season. I think he threw around like 13. How to calculate a QB rating?
I'm just curious.
Just search it up. It comes
Just keep
up.
going, bro.
He threw around 13 interceptions to around like 20 something. He still had a great year. Like he had no help. The Texans' offensive line is just terrible. His receivers, Stephon Diggs got hurt earlier in the season. Tank Dell, probably a career-ending injury that he had. I don't think he's ever going to come back from that. But he still was able to uplift his team with that defense. Granted, it helped them a lot. But C.J. Stroud, he took them to a playoff win when everyone counted them out.
That's true. Texas had a little bit of a letdown this year.
And now number 10, Jordan Love. Jordan Love is that Aaron Rodgers predecessor. He learned behind Aaron Rodgers, and now he's doing well. Granted, he lost in the first round. It looked like he couldn't do anything. I'm not really sure what happened. He looked a lot better previously in the season. That's why he's so low on the top 10. But against the Eagles, he didn't really do too good. He went 1-5 in his division. I feel like the Packers weren't really able to beat like the best teams this season. I'm pretty sure they beat the Texans, but I'm not really sure who else they beat. But they lost 2 times to the Lions, 2 times to Vikings, and they lost 1 time to the Bears, which you got to win that game. But Jordan Love's still a great quarterback. Yeah, I'm not really sure what his stats were this season, but I'm sure it was around 30 touchdowns to like probably double-digit interceptions, but probably not that much. But yeah, he had a good season, brought the Packers to the playoffs. He's still developing. He's still very, very young. Yeah, 25 touchdowns to 11 interceptions. A good season. But he's still learning. He's still young, but that's why he's so low on my list. And then I'm
Do like your honorable, just
my honorable.
brush by the honorable mention because you have 11 to 15.
11-15, 11 Jared Goff, 12 Tua, 13 Matthew Stafford, 14 Sam Darnold, 15 Bryce Young.
All right.
Are you going or you want me to go?
Luke, I want you to go.
All right. Just a little warning. I'm not the biggest stat head. Like you, Jeff, you definitely know.
Like this kid right here.
Interceptions.
You definitely know way
We're not
more
even
than me.
talking about
I
that.
didn't say anything. I'm just. I would say I'm a casual. I don't really know. If you want to ask me about stats and games,
Casuals are welcome at
I'm
this
probably
table.
not gonna know. Okay.
No, we got one right
That's
here.
just my.
We've
warning
got one right next.
before I get into my list. So number 1, Patrick Mahomes. I'm not gonna get into that. Best QB in the league. All right. Number 2, Josh Allen.
All right.
I feel like we all had that.
All right.
Number 3, Lamar Jackson.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And at number 4, I'm going to put the Super Bowl champ at Jalen Hurts. And I think that's a fair spot for Jalen Hurts.
Not at all.
He just beat Patrick Mahomes and he won the Super Bowl against him. I feel like that's enough said at that.
Slightly true.
And then at number 5, I'm going to put Jaden Daniels because he, you could say he lost to the Super Bowl champ, Jalen Hurts, but he is such a calm quarterback and he knows what he's doing. And ever since he's been in the league, we can just tell that he has a special talent, and I can't wait to see what he can do in his upcoming years as a quarterback, wherever he may be. So that's where he is on my list. Number 6, I'm gonna go to Joe Burrow. Not much to say there. Number 7, I have Baker Mayfield.
Okay.
So not like Nick's 6, but 7. I think that's a good spot for Baker. Yeah. Okay. Number 8. This might ruffle some feathers throughout the 5-out world. But on number 8, I'm gonna go Bo Nix. And
What?
yeah, Bo Nix.
At
And
number
I don't-
8?
Yeah.
At 8.
I don't
Wait,
know.
first of all, how do you have Daniels over Burrow? Burrow led the league
Yeah,
for
yeah.
touchdowns this year. He had a wonderful. The Bengals
Yeah.
slump. He had a great year.
Yeah, he had an amazing year. Joe Burrow.
I just do.
Can't
I just do.
Can't be
I
having
mean,
that on
he
5 out.
got farther than Joe Burrow.
All right. Well, I mean, so did. I'm not even gonna say it. Keep going.
I know what you were gonna say.
Just gonna name a
I read
local.
mine around here.
Then number 9, Jared Goff. And number 10, Sam
Okay.
Darnold.
Okay,
Sam Darnold?
Casual list.
it's a interesting
Wait,
list. Why
10
is
Sam
Bo
Darnold?
Nix at 8?
Yeah, I want to
Because I like what he can do. I can tell he's a talent that's going to be good in the league. But this season, I think he didn't have the best season. But I like what he can do as a quarterback. So
I want to give my opinion on Bo Nix. I don't think he's that good. He's a check down merchant in my opinion. He doesn't really make these big throws. He does. I'll correct myself. He's made big throws to win games, but you don't really see him doing much else. He does have the talent, but you can't go off of top 10 what they can do. You have to do what they have.
What they
done.
did, though.
Yeah.
You read my mind.
But in my opinion, I don't think Bo Nix is even in the top 15. He didn't have. Well, he beat the bad teams. He beat up on the bad teams, and then they almost missed the playoffs. The Broncos. If the Chiefs didn't throw the game, they would have been out of the playoffs, and the Bengals would have made it. But and then when it came time for playoff time, he got destroyed by Josh Allen's Bills. It's Josh Allen, but come on, you need to make the score a little closer if you're a top 10 quarterback in the league.
Yeah.
31-7.
By the way, top 10 quarterback. You have to be. For me, a top 10 quarterback. You're an elite quarterback.
Yeah.
There's only 10, and
Elite, yeah.
elite. So Bo Nix is definitely not an elite quarterback yet. I mean,
I don't think he ever will be.
I think he'll be like a fringe always. Well, he'll definitely be a franchise guy for not for the Broncos, but I can definitely see him having
He's just
like
in a
long
very
term.
good system.
Yeah, the Broncos, produce some good QBs. But that's a fair list. Thank you.
Do they?
Thank you.
Who have they produced?
John Elway,
Okay, that was
Eli Manning, Peyton Manning, Peyton Manning.
There's no way you just said that.
Nah, I'm kidding. I'm
Common
busting
mistake,
chops.
The Broncos
I'm
didn't
busting chops.
bring
Casual
up
mistake.
I'm busting chops.
casual mistake over
I'm
here.
busting chops. Like, yeah.
you are.
Whose chops
Yeah,
are you
it's-
busting?
Not a horrible mistake to me.
All right, Luke. Is that all you have to say
I don't
for
like
your
getting
list?
That's
Hanged
all I
up
have to
on
say.
him.
Just a casual here on 5-0.
All right, let's get to the correct list.
Oh, the correct
You
list.
you want last just so you could slander everyone else's list.
Go. No, go.
Nah, we're gonna. All right, 1, Patrick Mahomes. Come on, that was given. 2, I mean, do I have to explain?
No, you don't.
2, Josh Allen, obviously, and 3, I have Burrow, just for the fact that.
Lamar's better than Burrow.
Let me finish.
I'll let you finish.
I mean, he led the league in touchdowns. That's great. I mean, I'll go to his stats right now. I would have him on my paper, but I'm a little lazy. I mean, the Bengals had an off year. 43 touchdowns, only 9 interceptions. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
That's crazy.
crazy style.
70% completion rate. That's also absolutely.
But that's
bonkers.
That was Lamar's stats too. I'm pretty sure. That's
No,
identical.
similar stats. 41 similar stats, but
Yeah.
Burrow's is
Wow,
slightly
4 interceptions. I thought he had
Slightly
I thought
better.
he had 8.
because Burrow the cup
Slightly
of
worse in
the
my opinion.
4,900 yards compared to
Oh, yeah.
4,100 yards,
Yeah. I wasn't looking at the yards.
and then he has more
Touchdown
touchdowns
and
and more interceptions. Doesn't he? No, he does.
Yeah.
But Burrow cuffed 5,000 yards, which is crazy.
Yeah.
That's absolutely outrageous. And he led the league in touchdowns and a slow interception rate. Fortunately, it was not the Bengals' year at all. They went 9-8, but I think he had a wonderful year, which is why I have him. And Lamar, and Burrow came back for the team
He did.
because they
were
were
4-8
They
at a
were
point.
something, and then he locked in. He
locked
locked
in.
in. So, and then we have Lamar.
Bengals shouldn't have made the playoffs in my opinion.
Oh, definitely should have.
It really shouldn't be allowed to just wrestle your starters and throw a game. It really
Yeah,
shouldn't be
that's
allowed.
just.
Takes the fun out
Yeah.
of everything.
And then we have 4. I have Lamar Jackson, wonderful quarterback, great. I mean, it's Lamar Jackson. He had a similar stat to Burrow, 41 touchdowns, 4 interception yards, just lacked in passing yards, obviously because rushing yards, which is great. That's a Lamar Jackson thing. Now, he also had a 66% completion rate, which is pretty chill. It's a pretty calm stat. The Ravens could have done better in the playoffs this year. I wanted it to be a bird bowl, like Ravens Eagles,
I did want it to be a
but the Commanders persevered. They persevered. Now, not even the Commanders. What am I saying?
the Chiefs.
At number 5. Yeah, thank you, Luke. Thank you. Number 5, I have Jalen Hurts. Now, here comes the Nick hate train.
I'm not hating on Jalen Hurts, but 2,900 yards, 18 touchdowns to 5 interceptions.
Super Bowl MVP.
Doesn't matter.
Outperformed the greatest
Eli
quarterback
Manning,
right now.
Same year. Philip Rivers, Eli Manning. Who is better?
Philip Rivers is slightly better.
Slightly better than Eli Manning. He is so much better than Eli Manning. But
I
Eli
didn't know
Manning
we
was
were.
the
I
Super
didn't know
Bowl
we were
MVP.
debating all time. I mean, I'm trying to debate right now. I mean,
I'm just doing
Eli.
it.
I mean, I'm pretty. Philip had what 2,000 more yards than Eli.
Like all time.
Yeah.
I don't study their stats.
Eli was just on great teams, so you can't really blame him. It doesn't mean he's a worse quarterback because he was. He
Jalen
was a
Hurts
certain.
is just on a
the
great
GOAT
team.
twice, though.
He did beat Tom Brady twice.
He did
Not
beat
many.
Tom Brady
Not many
twice.
players can say that. So you got to give him that. And Jalen Hurts beat the best quarterback right now in the league, Patrick Mahomes, and he
Still
ended
not the GOAT?
ended the. I'm not calling Jalen Hurts the GOAT, Nick. I'm just saying I'm putting.
No,
that
I said
5.
Patrick Mahomes.
Oh no, best quarterback right now. I think we could all agree with that.
Yeah.
Everyone had him at number 1. What? Patrick Mahomes isn't the best quarterback
No,
right
Patrick
now.
Mahomes is the best quarterback. Yeah.
Thank you.
What he said.
And then I have 5. I have Jalen Hurts simply because just because. All right,
He's a Super Bowl champ.
Super Bowl champ, Super Bowl MVP,
Beat Patrick Mahomes.
beat Patrick Mahomes.
I think it speaks for itself.
It does speak for itself. Thank you, Luke. And all right, you can say whatever you want. He had Saquon Barkley. He only threw 18 touchdowns this year. He barely grasped 3,000 yards. He's still the starting quarterback for a Super Bowl team, and that's a decent year. He
Okay,
played
but
his
what
role.
did he do?
He won. He crumbled.
He led the Eagles to that Super
No,
Bowl.
he led them to win the Super Bowl. Because what did Saquon do in that game?
You're not wrong.
What did
He had a
Saquon?
great- he had
What
a
did
great game
Saquon
in
do in
Super
that
Bowl.
game?
Nothing.
Great
Thank
game
you.
in Super Bowl.
Thank you.
But
Yeah.
guess what?
Also, the biggest night of the year doesn't matter now.
No, I didn't say that.
But what are you gonna say?
I was going to say he did throw an interception in the Super Bowl.
Oh my gosh. How many? 1?
Interceptions are QB stat to you.
They are QB stat,
Yeah,
but it's only
so-
1. Did he throw 5 or 3 or 4?
Through one. Yeah.
For me, as a quarterback, I'll just get this out right now. I should have said this earlier because now Patrick's going to say you just said that just because. For me, I feel like to be considered a turnover machine, double digits in the interceptions. That
Yeah.
we all agree. And then if you get like
Okay, but I want to say something about that. You say Tua is a turnover machine. He had 7 interceptions this season.
he also played less games. He sat out 5 weeks,
Threw
4
19
weeks
touchdowns,
straight.
7 interceptions.
All right.
That's
Did I call him a turnover machine this year? Last year was a crazy turnover machine, and you can't even lie.
No, he wasn't.
You can't. Are you stupid?
Sir, I don't even know how many interceptions he had last season.
Let's go right now.
Go. Go, girl, go. Show me. What are you doing? It's right there.
2023, 14 interceptions. 14 interceptions. He's not a turnover machine?
Okay, but then
Are you kidding me? 14 interceptions. He's not a turnover machine.
Okay.
Oh, this is your favorite team, man. You're saying
A turnover machine, and he had 14 interceptions?
that's a lot of turnovers, Nick.
Yeah, and then he threw for 4,700 yards.
He probably okay. 14 interceptions. And what did the Dolphins do that year?
Oh my God.
They lost in the first round, like they
They're
always
the Super
do.
Bowl champions.
Still lost. I don't care. They still lost, bro. I don't care.
You're insane.
Let's see how much he threw per game. Like what was his?
A turnover machine is not 14 interceptions.
That's double
It's
digits.
more.
You literally just agreed to me that double digits you're considered a turnover
Okay, but
machine.
higher
What
double
do you?
digits. Higher double digits.
14?
14?
Okay, well, what's
That's
the
not
number?
even an interception a game.
What's the margin? What's the margin for
It's like 18, 19?
18, 19?
Yes.
So double digits.
A turnover. You're saying a turnover machine, someone who always turns the ball over. 18, 19.
He had 14 interceptions, Nick. That's bad.
Oh my God.
Is that good? 14 interceptions?
Oh my God.
Is that good? Tell me, is that good? 14
Okay,
interceptions.
and then he
is that
threw-
good?
and then he threw
Luke,
40
is
touchdowns.
14 interceptions good?
No.
I disagree with Pep. I had your back on that Knicks take.
Yeah, no, I think that you're right about it. It should be a little higher, but I don't think.
I don't think it's a turnover machine.
Dude,
Bo Nick said 12.
that's a lot of that's
That's
a
a
lot.
lot.
Double digits is a lot, Nick. Double digits is a lot. There and
No, this is an overreaction.
Nick, where's your
overreaction.
tie? Why is it not higher?
Shut up,
This is
Patrick.
5 Out podcast, bro.
Oh, you want me to put it up higher? Okay.
But forget about two. I
all.
don't.
Backwards?
No.
But
Okay, whatever.
I mean,
Why are
Jalen
you
Hurts.
calling me out on the 5 Out podcast?
Because I feel because
Chill out,
I'm
man.
bored right now.
Jalen Hurts. You can't lie. He's an elite quarterback.
Stop saying
He
it's not.
he was a field general.
He's a what?
He led the team in the Super Bowl. That's great. Super Bowl MVP. And he played his role. He played it correctly. He played it well.
Okay. Yeah, you're just going off the Super Bowl here, though.
I?
That's literally all you're doing. You're literally only going off the Super Bowl.
All right.
One game in the season. You can't go off one game and then
The
say,
biggest
"Oh,
night of the year."
he's amazing."
The biggest night of the year.
Nick Foles, was he a top 5
Yeah,
quarterback
but did
in the
Nick
league?
Foles throw like Jalen Hurts did? He's at number 5.
He's not at number 5. Jaden Daniels is
So
so
the Super
much
Bowl
better than
MVP.
him.
He had a serviceable season this year.
He didn't
Kept-
even throw 3,000 yards.
Kept his intercept 2,900. Oh wow, that's 100 less.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
It is.
100
It is
less.
100 less.
That's 100 less.
Good math.
That's
Good math,
not
bud.
1,000. It's not like he threw 1,000 yards, 2,000 straight. He threw
You
2,900.
want to know what he did? Here you go, Saquon. 60-yard touchdown. This kid just blew
All right,
me
so
out.
because you're on a good team, does that mean you're a bad quarterback?
I'm not
I'm
saying
confused.
he's a bad quarterback.
He was on a
but
great
he's
team
not-
this year.
But he's not elite. He's
You
not
have him
top
in your
5 elite.
He's top 5.
He's not
And
top
how is
5.
Jaden Daniels top 5?
You want to know why he's top 5? He had nobody. He had Terry McLaurin. He had a mid defense. He had a mid offensive line, and he
Okay.
had no other weapons.
And who did he lose to? Jalen Hurts and Saquon
He did
Barkley.
not lose to Jalen Hurts. He
Oh,
lost
well,
to the
Jalen Hurts
Eagles.
wasn't playing that
he
day?
lost to the Eagles.
Jalen Hurts was on that team, bro.
Bro, it's a figure of speech. Stop trying to be like, stop trying to be smart, bro. Yeah, I'm so done.
Let's compare them when they went head to head.
Compare them.
255 yards. I hate
Pass
Football
him.
Reference.
You passed him, bro.
But don't you pay for football reference?
No, Patrick.
It pays for Football Reference.
You pay for basketball reference then.
I'd pay for basketball.
What?
All right, 5 yards more. Who threw an interception that game? I'm sorry, Nick. All right, I'll just get on with the rest
Oh
of my
my
list.
God, one interception?
I'll get on with the rest of my. And Jalen threw 0, and he threw the ball 20 times.
Do you know how many yards Saquon had that game? Yeah, he threw the ball-
118.
Yeah, 118
Yeah, it's a lot.
yards. That is a lot for a running back. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not doubting you. At 6, I have Jaden Daniels. You reckon
he's
like
a Saquon merchant. He's a Saquon merchant.
bro? What do you want from him? He's elite. Jaden Daniels is a baby, bro. If Jaden Daniels does
Put
another
Jalen
year,
Hurts on any other team in the NFL. He's not doing it. He's not winning the Super Bowl.
Okay, so what's his completion rate then? So I'll just go by stats.
Go off stats, bro. Just be a stat head. Just be a stat head. You don't watch the games in real
I
time.
watch the games, Nick.
You don't watch the games in real time.
68% completion rate. He won't succeed anywhere else. I mean,
Yeah.
come on, Nick.
You know what he does? Do you know what a check down is?
I know what a
That's
check
what
down
he
is.
throws.
Okay, whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, whoop-de-doo.
So Patrick Mahomes is a gunslinger. Does that mean he's not number 1? Josh Allen, pocket guy. Just because they're good at one aspect of the game doesn't mean that all right. That okay.
check down makes you a top 5 quarterback. Throwing check downs. Yeah.
Okay, bro.
Yeah, put your head in your hands, bro.
What's wrong with it though? Explain what's wrong with it.
Check downs?
Explain what's wrong with it.
Because you're not doing anything.
Explain what's wrong with it.
Oh, he throws a check down to Saquon,
And-
throws
and
a
then
check
they-
down to AJ
okay.
Brown, and then they run it down the
Who's
field.
at the end of the
you
day?
said the exact same
Who's
thing.
throwing the ball? Who's throwing the ball?
Oh my God! Wait, no. But you said we didn't do 5 out. We were in when we were in 8th grade, obviously.
Yeah, all right.
Giuseppe-
I know
no,
what you're
no,
going to say
let me
about Tua.
talk.
All right, Tua threw the ball, Tyreek Hill. Where did the Dolphins go that year? They lost in the first round. And where did the Eagles go? They went to the Super Bowl.
Can you let me speak, bro? You don't.
I'll
me
let you
talk.
speak.
Let me speak.
I'll
He
let
said
you
the
speak.
exact same thing with
About Tua.
Let me speak.
Oh,
Bro.
yeah. Keep
All right,
going.
then mute him. Mute him.
Keep
mute
going.
him. Mute him.
Just keep going.
If he says one more word, mute him when I'm
I'm
in my
both of you,
spiel.
bro. I'm sick of both of you. My God,
I'm just gonna run this whole episode.
bro. Luke's gonna like be the host. From
Just
Okay.
keep going.
Tua. He said the exact same thing with Tua the season before. He said, "Oh, you know what Tua does? You want to know why his yards? You want to know why he's so much yards, so many touchdowns? That's because he just throws the ball to Tyreek and he runs it down the field. That's exactly what Jalen Hurts does, and you have him in the top 5.
Where did the Dolphins go that year?
Oh my God!
Tell me where they went.
They did not
To
have
the wild card?
They did
oh, they
not-
went to the wild. So what? They lost in the Super Bowl. The Dolphins lost in the wild card. Whoop-de-doo. They got 16th place.
Yeah, they didn't have as good as the team. They did not have as good of an O-line. They did
So
not
just
have
because
as
he's
good
on a
of
good
defense.
team, just because. So what? Did Tom Brady have a good O-line?
Yeah.
Then how did he have a good defense?
Yeah, he had a good defense.
So how is he number 1? If he was a spoiled quarterback, spoiled system quarterback. That's exactly what we were saying about Jalen Hurts. Exactly what you're saying.
Okay, but his defenses, his defense, they were never the best in the league. His O-line, they were never the best in the league. His weapons, they were never the best in the league.
Who are Jalen Hurts' weapons?
AJ Brown, Devonta Smith, Jahan Dotson. A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith. Those are the best wide receivers.
That's true.
One of the best wide receivers.
That's
Devonta Smith.
So when
best wide
Patrick
receiver
Mahomes had
too.
Tyreek Hill and he won a Super Bowl, it should be discredited, correct? Because he had Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill's a weapon.
That's all he had.
Tyreek Hill's a weapon, though.
Okay, Patrick Mahomes, that was when he was young. If Jalen Hurts goes out and he loses some of these weapons like Patrick Mahomes has done and win 2 more Super Bowls, then I'll say he's an elite quarterback.
Who beat the-
Patrick Mahomes did just that. Who beat Patrick Mahomes? Patrick Mahomes didn't show up to play that game.
Oh, really?
Patrick Mahomes had a terrible offensive line.
So? I don't understand why.
He had what? He did. You're just
discrediting-
going off the Super Bowl.
You're discrediting his legacy because he had a bad O-line.
I'm not discrediting
because he had a
his
good
legacy.
O-line. Because that's exactly what you're doing.
But he's not a
he had
top
this,
5
He
quarterback.
had this, and that. That means he can't be top 5.
He's not top 5. Because he has the best team in the league around him. And
So
he even
what?
throws
So what?
3,000
And he's
yards.
performing. And
He
they
did
won the
nothing
Super Bowl
all season.
All right. So you're saying
What did
if,
he do all
if the Eagles
season?
team is so good, if I put Bo Nix on the Eagles right now, they're still gonna win the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's so stupid.
That's not so
the wor-
stupid. You know how good they have the. You really want to go off this? They have a great O-line coach, great offensive coordinator, great defensive coordinator. Everyone in that building is elite.
So it's a super team. What more do you want from Jalen Hurts?
He's just there
he
for
did
the
his
ride.
job.
He's just
he
there
did
for
his
the
job
ride.
and he did it well.
He's
and
just
you know
there
what?
for the ride.
When you all right, whatever you could say whatever you want. With Saquon Barkley led them to the Super Bowl and did all this and he had the greatest offense. At the end of the day, in this whatever, I know Nick's gonna say whatever he wants to say. Oh, he had an average year. He didn't have a good year. Oh, below average, whatever.
Below average year.
Below average year.
Didn't even throw 3,000 yards.
100 less, bro. 100 shy of 3,000.
Yeah.
You're acting like he threw 2,000. He threw
Is that-
2,900.
Is there a 3 in front of that?
Round up the 2 to the 9. What do you get?
You
3,000.
can't round up yards.
Yeah, but that's what everyone does. They round up the yards. Round up the 2 to 9. You get 3,000. He threw based on the cusp of 3,000, 2,900, and that's not that terrible. He did his role. So what? He had Saquon Barkley. That's great. That led the Eagles to the Super Bowl. But at the end of the day, who showed up against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs?
He did.
Jalen Hurts did.
All right,
Exactly.
you're going off one single game.
But he had a great season too. He had not great.
He did not have a great
He had a
season.
serviceable season.
Yeah.
He had a serviceable season.
2,900 yards. That gets you
That's
a top 5
serviceable.
quarterback.
5
Top 5
interceptions.
quarterback in the
For
league.
only 5 interceptions and 18 touchdowns. That's serviceable. That is serviceable.
He was there for the ride.
He was there for the ride.
He was there for the ride.
Okay, so-
Jaden Daniels is so much better than him.
So when I win a Super Bowl MVP, I'm just there for the ride.
You're going off one single game.
And he had a great Super Bowl performance. They don't
Eli
just give those
Manning,
out for free.
Great Super Bowl performance. That season, when they went 9-7, no one expected him to do anything. He did not have a good season that season. I'm pretty sure he had.
Who beat Tom Brady though? You got to actually
You're
give that
just going
credit.
off the Super Bowl.
You got to give that credit, Nick. Who
You
beat
just
Tom
go
Brady
off the
twice?
Super Bowl.
Who's undefeated against Tom? You got to give that credit. I'm not saying Eli Manning's an
Not in the
all-time
regular season.
quarterback
He's not undefeated against Tom Brady.
in the Super Bowl, bro. In the Super Bowl.
In the Super Bowl.
In the biggest night of football. Is that not the biggest night of football every year?
Okay, he has one good game. He's an elite quarterback.
I'm not. Are
In the
Eli
league,
Manning
he
or
has a
Jalen
good-
Hurts?
Jalen Hurts.
He's elite, Nick. But you have him in your top 10. He's clearly an elite quarterback.
Yeah, he's not top 5 elite.
He is.
No, he's not.
Dude, he is.
No, he's not. Look at his stats. Look at what he did in those games.
I'm looking at his
He
stats.
did nothing.
I'm looking at 68% completion rate, 2,900 yards, 18 touchdowns, and only 5 interceptions. Pat, you had Jalen Hurts on your fantasy team, no?
Yeah,
He performed for you every week, right?
most weeks.
Exactly. Well, quarterbacks are inconsistent like that, for fantasy at least. But who did he still perform? Now, I'm not saying
Decently.
just because fantasy is the best. He showed up every week and he put his lunch pail down and he did his job. And he did it the next
Put his
week.
lunch pails down. Why,
That-
bro?
that's a
What's
literal
a lunch
phrase.
pail?
Never heard of lunch pail.
He went to work. He in week 1 he had, but whatever, week by week he had a great performance, and then it led up to the biggest night of the year, and he had a wonderful performance, Super
He
Bowl
had
MVP,
great performance week by week. Really?
consistently good, and he did his job for the Eagles. They
Look
only
at
lost 3
Look
times.
at his game against the Buccaneers.
All right, bro. I'm sure I'll go on
Great
Jaden
game?
Daniels' game logs right now, bro. I'll go on it right now.
I was talking about Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, but I know what this is all coming down to. Oh, where was Jaden Daniels against the Cowboys? He threw 2 interceptions.
He wasn't. Which one?
Oh, 11-20.
That was-
Oh, where was he?
Okay,
He was
one
clearly
bad game.
missing.
Okay.
He was clearly missing.
Okay.
So I could just go game for game too, bro.
All right.
Jalen
for game, bro.
Jalen Hurts is my 5. 6, I have Jaden Daniels. In no way am I calling Jaden Daniels a bad quarterback. Obviously, a great rookie year. Number 6. Number 6 is good for a rookie. That's
but
crazy.
he's better than Jalen Hurts. But he's better than Jalen Hurts. If
Nick,
you look at the way
Nick,
Jaden Daniels plays,
Nick.
and you look at, if you just look at anything, if you look at the Eagles team and you look at the Commanders team and you look at how Jalen Hurts plays and you look at how Jaden Daniels plays, 9 times out of 10, you can go up to you can go to the UK, say which one of these better. They go, oh, I think the one in the Commanders uniform would be better.
Okay, so if I go to the UK and I show someone Alonzo Trier highlights,
I don't know who these people are.
exactly. If I show them Alonzo Trier and Knicks highlights, they're gonna be like, "Wow, this guy's great." Oh my gosh. If I go to Belgium and I show someone Mitch Richmond highlights, wow, this guy's wonderful. This guy must be the GOAT. You can't just compare players by highlights because everyone has their highs and everyone has their lows, Nick.
And Jaden Daniels' lows, he was still winning games.
Winning games. So when he threw 2 interceptions, he still won the game? He lost. He lost against the Cowboys.
One game against the Cowboys.
Against the Cowboys, Nick.
And you have to realize Jaden Daniels has nobody around him. He's the heart and soul of that Commanders team.
God bless, bro.
You're just undermining this kid because he's a rookie.
Yeah, it's exactly why. He's a baby. He's too raw and unproven. Obviously, rookie of the year. He's raw. He's raw.
Just because he's a rookie, you're going to undermine
Let's
him?
go about week 1, 184. Then he had a stretch of 200 yards. This one he got injured. So
He was injured against Carolina.
but whatever, it doesn't matter. Injuries. Came back in Chicago good. He had a 55% completion rate. That's not
Yeah, but look, he's throwing for 200 yards every single game.
He's a
More than
gunslinger.
200 yards. He's not even a gunslinger, and you have to realize his rushing yards too. He's running for at least.
So they lost 5
70.
games. They lost 5 games this year. He had a great season. Why are you acting like I'm putting him at number 32? I'm putting him at number 6. Number 6 is good. He's
Yeah,
a rookie.
it's
He's a
good.
baby. He's literally next year.
He's a baby. He's 24 years old.
Bro, that's a term for rookies.
You should apologize to this poor guy who's trying to do his work here.
Yeah, come on, Patrick, bro. Just saying.
Skip Patrick. But look at this
Dude,
game.
Daniels is number 6. I'm putting him at number 6. 3,500 yards, 25 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, and he had a great rushing season.
Yeah, but it's messed up when he's better than the guy that's at number 5.
He's not.
He is.
He's not.
He
Well,
is.
if I'm building a team and I want to win the Super Bowl right now, I'm putting Jalen Hurts and I'm building a team
You're
around
insane.
him. They
You're
built a
insane.
team around Jalen Hurts. They built the team around Jalen Hurts. Does that mean he's terrible? They don't just build teams around quarterbacks for fun. They just don't do that. They don't do that.
First of all, they did not build that team around Jalen Hurts. They drafted Jalen Hurts when that team was being built.
Exactly. And he was a piece to it. He was the main jewel. And then they got Saquon. And then they finally got over the hump and they won the Super Bowl. And Jalen Hurts had a serviceable year. Luke, what do you have to say about all this? Because then
Yeah,
you haven't talked.
you guys are talking about a lot of different things right now, so I'm not sure what I should chip in on. But I think Jalen Hurts is definitely a better quarterback.
Thank you.
In that position, I mean, he beat Patrick Mahomes on the biggest stage in the world. Patrick Mahomes has been to that stage against the GOAT. So, yeah, he should have been more prepared. But Jalen Hurts took the win, and you guys talked about a lot of
All right,
different stuff. So.
thank
Forgot
you.
what this argument was even about.
Yeah,
to
me
be
too.
honest.
You didn't. Let's just move on because we could just talk
move
about
on.
this. 7, I have Justin Herbert. Great year. Chargers didn't perform that well. 8, I have Jared Goff. Jared Goff threw for 4,600 yards, 68 QB rating, 37 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. So, say whatever you want about Goff's weapons, but he was efficient and effective all year for the Lions.
I just don't think he's top 10 because I just feel like there's.
I have him at 8. He's fringe. For me, like 10 to 8 or 10 to 7 is basically fringe.
You have.
I want
No,
the
you
news to
can
be
say
surprised.
it, but
I think he did a lot for the team.
He did do a lot for the team.
You look at the.
He was effective all year. It was wonderful in the pocket.
You look at
he
the
lost.
Lions.
Yeah, but he lost. You want to go against? Oh, Jaden Daniels lost in the NFC Championship game. He lost in the divisional round.
To who?
Jaden Daniels.
And I put Jared Goff below Jaden Daniels, Nick. You're acting like I put Jared Goff at 5, bro.
I thought it ended.
Come on. I'm giving him the flowers he deserves. He had a great rookie year, bro.
He doesn't want your flowers.
I
He doesn't
put
want any
Jared
flowers
Goff.
by
I
you.
put Jared Goff at 8. Is 8 higher than 6? I'm. Come on.
Just go on with you.
Matthew Stafford. I have him at 9. 3,700 yards, 20 touchdowns, and he kept his interceptions down. And he has a 65% completion rate. Another solid season, even though he was missing Puka Nacua for a big remainder of it. But truly, he's been a leader for this Rams team. And as Luke just said, he's staying. So I'm glad he found his home.
I just don't think he's top 10 anymore because
I mean, he's at number 9. That means he's fringe.
I just feel like
He's still-
Jordan
I
Love,
understand his
CJ
age.
Stroud, I just feel like they're better than him right now.
Okay, I understand his age. They're not, but I understand his age. Matthew
They're not?
They're not. Right now?
Yeah.
All right, maybe in 5. All right, right now, But it's it's Matt Staff's 3,700 yards.
Okay. It's
Get-
Matt Staff. Good for him.
Baker Mayfield. I have Baker
Matt
Mayfield
Staff.
at number 10. I have Baker Mayfield at number 10. Now Nick's now
You're
I,
insane. You're
I
actually
understand
insane.
why Nick has Baker Mayfield so high. It's honestly a little frightening.
41 touchdowns to Jalen Hurts' 18.
16 interceptions to Jalen Hurts' 5.
Yeah, you want to know why? He. Oh my God, Pep. At the beginning of this season with the Bucks, they didn't know. Oh, is Bucky ever going to be good? We don't really have that many weapons, so he had to throw many times a game.
Okay.
That's why he threw that many interceptions.
Yeah, he's a
Jalen Hurts
gunslinger.
threw like 15 times a game.
And it was efficient. And he made
Those
12 of
times that
them.
he was throwing checkdowns.
Dude, enough with the checkdowns, bro.
What do you mean enough with the checkdowns? Tell Jalen Hurts that. That's
Why
what
did-
he throws. Yeah, look at
checkdown
Mr.
guy.
Kenny. I'm right. I'm right.
See what I've put up with?
What?
You want my take?
I want you to take. Give him the mic.
What's up, 5 Out listeners? The problem with Pep's take here about interceptions is that he is devaluing proper risk for quarterbacks.
That's
Throwing interceptions isn't bad in and of itself. You actually need your quarterback to take big risks and occasionally throw interceptions to get the most out of them.
Okay.
In fact, I think there are some quarterbacks who throw too few interceptions because they're not taking enough risks. And here's a word I said to you earlier, Pep.
gumption.
They ain't playing with enough gumption.
That's okay.
And
Alright.
you need a Baker Mayfield. He is gumption.
That's okay.
He's
That's true.
intestinal fortitude.
Where do you have him in top 10?
Like 7 or 8.
Thank you. I have him at 10. Personally,
I'm at 7.
6.
6 is too high.
Who do you have him over? Jalen Hurts? That's the crux of this argument here.
Yeah,
So
I
I
don't
did
like
just
the Jalen
give-
Hurts.
I did
But
just
I'm,
give
I'm
Pat-
going off what you said. Like, he doesn't take any risk, Jalen Hurts.
You never said that.
He doesn't take any risks.
I did say
But
that.
in the world of ranking, he has outplayed Patrick Mahomes twice
That's
in
true.
a Super Bowl.
That's true, Nick.
Yeah, but he didn't win one.
And you could also only take advantage of your advantages. And
Thank you.
You
Thank
can't
you.
knock Hurts for having a better
No, I'm
speed.
not
Yes.
knocking Hurts.
Thank you.
However, you're pulling down Baker Mayfield based on interceptions. If he didn't
That's
have,
all he's been
if
doing.
he didn't have the risk that he had, that offense would be a nothing burger.
That's
And
true.
I rest my take.
And
my
what do you
case.
think's a high number of interceptions?
Over 20?
I think double digits.
He said, no,
Incorrect.
I think
If-
double
said
digits.
14.
If your
he said
quarterback,
14 is a turnover
if your
machine.
quarterback is not Aaron Rodgers in his prime and is not throwing 8 to 12 interceptions minimum, he's not trying hard enough.
Bo Nick's at 12.
And Bo Nix is a check down merchant for sure.
Exactly.
That's
Exactly. Check
But
that out.
Jalen Hurts doesn't have to up his risk because the run game is so good. The defense
That's
is
true.
electric. So he's just doing what he's asked.
he's doing his job, and he's
System
doing it well.
quarterback.
He's doing it well.
But if you're ranking quarterbacks for their overall talent, you can knock him for not doing more or not needing
Definitely.
to do more. However, the interception argument, I don't love.
Exactly.
Like Jameis Winston's throwing 30 in
Yeah.
his peak,
That's terrible.
in his prime.
Terrible.
16, not
But
horrible.
he's leading the league right now.
Yeah, but also that
Yeah, but it's
offense
still
wouldn't.
16.
That offense would not be nearly as good if he wasn't taking risks.
I'd 100% agree. Major respect, Mr. Kennedy, but I'd 100% agree with you. If the Bucks went, they lost in the first round.
Yeah, but they lost to
do
Jaden
you not think that the Bucks overachieved this year?
They very much over. The Falcons were said to be this next big team, and they were supposed to beat
And the
Bucks.
Falcons underachieved, and the Bucks.
Overachieved.
I wouldn't say overachieved.
They did overachieve.
They just achieved.
If they achieved, I mean,
They achieved.
They took it when they seized the moment. I'll use that. But I'd put Baker Mayfield maybe 2 places higher. If they beat Baker Mayfield, would you consider him like he's been in the league for a while now, 7 years?
Yeah, at least.
Draft-
What do you
2018.
consider like a vet? 10
He's
years.
a veteran.
And you lost to a rookie quarterback in the playoffs. That's
Top
not
5
a good
quarterback in the
That's
league.
not. He's number 6.
Let me
That's
ask you a
fine.
question. This is very important.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I think you and Nick are going to have different answers here. You asked if interceptions are a quarterback stat. Of course they are.
Yeah.
Are wins a quarterback stat?
No.
It depends. I think it depends.
Jeez.
So if I have
Louise.
a donkey throwing the ball for me, I'm and I
Donkeys
lose.
can't throw balls.
So you could have the best defense in the league, though, and you could still get a win.
Okay, but I think quarterback.
I don't think wins are a quarterback stat, and too many people make them a quarterback
what
stat.
who?
Joe Burrow is a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts, in my opinion.
Oh, definitely. I have
Exactly.
Joe Burrow at 3.
The Eagles are so much more talented that they have more wins, not because Hurts is better than Burrow, but because
Exactly.
the rest of the team
No,
is
I
better
have
than
Burrow.
I couldn't
I have
agree
Hurts
more.
at 5, and I have Burrow at 3.
fair to me.
I have Jalen Hurts at 5. I feel like that he's serviceable. He did his job.
Daniels is right there though. He's
Yeah,
right.
I
there.
have Jaden Daniels at 6. Nick's acting like I'm putting Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, but you're putting someone who's worse than someone over someone who's better.
What does Project Pat think?
He hasn't got a word in all day, actually.
Come here, Project. Come here, Pat.
But no, I have Baker. Again, what Mr. Kennedy said could be true, but I have him at 10. I can't have him too high. You lose to a rookie quarterback, which I
Lose
maybe
to a top 5 quarterback. I
top
don't
6,
know.
bro. Top
On
6.
top 6, really?
Luke, what do you think about this list?
Your list?
Yeah.
I think it's an alright list. It's pretty close.
It's okay.
Nick, what?
I wouldn't say it's a perfect list.
The list makes a lot of noise as you wave it in front of the mic constantly.
That's true. That's actually I gotta stop that.
You like fidgeting?
You can put that
I
back.
fidget, right?
I take a spin.
But no, I rest my case for all these takes. But I mean, it's Baker Mayfield, Nick. If the Bucks went a little further, because I think the quarterback's the leader of the team.
Well, guess
He's
what?
the leader of the pack.
This is not Baker Mayfield's first season on the Bucks. Last season, when he was on the Bucks,
Yeah, I'm talking about
you
we're
know who
comparing
he
this
beat
year,
in
though.
the wild
We're
card
comparing
round?
this year, Nick. We're comparing this year.
see, but you can't just.
We're
do
comparing
that
this
because
year.
You're just saying, oh, you want to say comparing?
We're comparing this year.
Comparing this year, you were just. Well, Mr. Kenny was talking about it, but you agreed with him that Jalen Hurts outperformed Patrick Mahomes twice in the Super Bowl. Last time I checked, there's only one Super Bowl in a year. So
All right,
you want to go off this year?
All right.
I think Patrick should grade each list, rank them 1 to 3.
No,
Yeah.
I don't have that much knowledge. I can
Pat,
grade
Pat.
these lists.
Just
Yeah, I like our new guest. But no, Nick, I don't think we were necessarily comparing. We were just saying Jalen Hurts came into this season a solid quarterback, and he came out a solid quarterback again. I think that's what he was saying. But you got to
in
respect.
my opinion,
You got to respect him there.
Jalen Hurts came into the season as a decent quarterback because you have to remember last season with the Eagles their fall off, and this season he came out of the thing as a serviceable quarterback.
He's serviceable, and he's also Super Bowl MVP. And now,
and then serviceable gets you top 5 in the league though.
He was extremely serviceable. He did his job.
Doing your job gets you top 5 in the league. Top
When,
5
when
in the,
your job is to win the Super Bowl and become the Super Bowl MVP, I think, and you complete that flawlessly.
top 5 in the league means that they're uplifting their team. Top five means they're the heart and soul of that team. Top 5 means that they're the reason that their team is winning these games. He was not the reason this team was winning games. Jaden Daniels is the reason his team was winning games. Look at everyone on that Commanders team. They did not. They had no one on that team, and he brought them to the NFC Championship game.
All right, bro. I'm not putting. You're acting like I'm not disrespecting
Bro,
Jaden Daniels
stop
that
saying-
much.
I'm not
I'm
saying-
putting him at number 6, and I'm putting Hurts at number 5. I think Hurts is slightly better than Daniels. Now we've been talking about this for 50 minutes. I just. You're never gonna change your mind.
I'm not.
I
Because
already-
I'm right.
I already have the perfect list. Luke already agreed with
why.
me. I mean,
Luke didn't say anything about that.
he actually did. But no, you.
He didn't say you had a perfect list.
I said it was, you know.
It was
He actually said I didn't have the perfect list. But Nick. This isn't that 5 and 6 is not that big of a difference. I think
Yeah, I don't think
going into next year, Jaden Daniels does this again. Okay, he's better than Hurts. But right now, I just can't say that. As a rookie, he could be a one-season wonder.
See, this is where I have to say this to you. You can't just say just because he's a rookie that this is you can't just say because he's a rookie he's on a top 5 quarterback. When you see that what he's done,
Being a rookie means something.
It does
And
mean
doing
something.
that.
It
Exactly.
does. It does
Yeah,
mean
that's what
something.
he's trying to say.
That's why I'm putting him at 6. 6 is high.
and he has the
6 out of
best
3.
rookie. You're acting like he didn't have like there were rookies that have better seasons than him. He had the best rookie quarterback season.
Yes, he was the rookie
In
of the year. He
ever.
was the rookie of the year.
Ever.
How often do you see a rookie of the year as being top 10? How often do you see that?
Last season.
How often? But how do you see that every year?
Not really, no.
Exactly. I'm saying Jaden Daniels is special, and he's top 10. He's number 6. He's the 6th best quarterback in the league right now. That's not terrible, Nick. You're acting like I'm putting him at number 20, and I'm putting Aaron Rodgers above him.
I'm not though.
You are.
No, I'm
6
not.
is not that big of a difference from 5.
Why did you jump like that?
'Cause I'm tired of that. I'm tired of this Jalen Hurts slander. I think he
I'm
had
not slandering him. I said he's a serviceable quarterback, but he's not better than Jaden Daniels.
How could you?
How could he be better
If Jaden
when
Daniels
his
made
stats
it
are
to
worse?
the- if
When he didn't do as much, how could he be better?
If Jaden Daniels made it to the Super Bowl, okay, he's better than Hurts. But
you
he
know
didn't.
how impossible that is with the Commanders. You know how bad. You want to know why? You want to know why the Commanders lost that game against
Why?
the Eagles?
Why?
They turned the ball over 3 times, and every single one of those turnovers were not by Jaden Daniels. There were fumbles. There were whiffed punts. That's the reason why the Commanders lost that game.
I actually want to fact check that.
Fact check
No,
that.
I think he is right.
Fact check that.
Jaden Daniels had no
Punt
interception.
return, he
No,
dropped it.
he had 1 interception. Is that a turnover?
Actually, no, you're not wrong. There was 4. There was 4 turnovers then. But that's the 1 interception, and I'm pretty sure
that's not that bad.
I'm pretty sure that interception was 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
I actually think you're right. It was like a.
It was
Against the best defense in the league.
exactly.
Cooper
But no.
I rest my case. Jaden Daniels is better than Jalen.
Who won the game, bro? Who won Super Bowl MVP and who beat Patrick Mahomes? Who at the end of the day? Who won the
Are you
game?
serious?
Who won the game? Who won the game?
you
Who won the game?
serious?
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts won that game. Really? Saquon Barkley won that game. The defense won that game.
I don't understand this credit of Jalen Hurts. You're acting like he threw 0 yards. You that's exactly what you're doing. But
not that.
we could talk about this all day. Any final closing statements?
Yeah, Jaden Daniels and Baker Mayfield are better than Jalen Hurts.
And
And Baker Mayfield are better than Jalen Hurts.
you gotta give me 10 more minutes. You actually have to. I can't, bro. I actually can't. Baker Mayfield better than All right,
Baker
so a
Mayfield
first
better
round
than Jalen
exit
Hurts.
quarterback, a first round exit quarterback who leads the league in interceptions and is a
Oh my-
gunslinger is better than Jalen Hurts.
Bro, you're acting like he threw 30.
He threw 16. That's a lot. He led the league.
Is that a lot? Is that
At the
a
end
lot,
of the day,
really?
he led the league.
You what?
He led
Exactly
the
what
league,
Mr.
Nick.
Ken-
He led the
exact-
league. He led the league. I'm not doing these advanced stats. An interception's a pretty basic stat. I rest my case. Luke, any closing statement you have to say about this?
No, not really.
All right, thank you for joining us at 5 Out
I had a
Podcast.
really good time here today, guys.
Appreciate you. I wish,
Thank you for letting me share my voice into the sports world.
I wish
course,
Pep
of course.
knew more about football.
Here we
but-
go. You call me. I feel like you're a football snob because Baker Mayfield. This is like, you're like the Anthony
What's a snob
Fantano
at?
of 5 Out of 5 Out, bro. This is
Who is that?
Anthony
Anthony
Fantano.
Fantano of
The
5
Anthony
Out.
Fantano of 5 Out. Oh, actually, I'm not even gonna do it.
Dude, don't do
I
it.
thank you, everyone. Thank you, Luke,
Taking
for,
your pen.
for taking your time out of your day and joining us here at 5 Out Podcast. I've been Giuseppe. He's been Nick. He's been Luke. We have our producer, Pat. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. And let us know in the comments, who had the better list.
Who won?
I'm sure this will be on Instagram
Comments,
Reels.
It will be on Instagram
Yeah.
Reels. I can get multiple Reels on this, bro.
But I've been Giuseppe. Also, shout out Beyond the Box Score once again. Joey Picks, great guy. We have a lot to say about this. I mean, Baker. I rest my case.
Argument.
That's enough. That's all, everybody. Thanks everyone for tuning in. We will see you soon.